Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Night Soul Time for this February 2nd, 2020, otherwise known as Groundhog's Day, otherwise also known as my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. And also known this year as Palindrome Day. And you're like, what's that? Well, it's when you can read the date, like 02/02/2020, reads the same from front to back. And there's lots of ideas about what this means and what this signifies. You can go on the internet and find some information there if you choose. But for me, what it's really feeling like and what I'm tuning into is it's a profound new beginning. It's almost like the start to the new year is happening now. And I don't know if you felt it this way, but January felt like a whole year in and of itself, maybe 7 years. I even saw that trending on Twitter the other day. It seemed to be kind of consistent that January was a very big and intense month. A lot of old stuff brought up, a lot of old pain, a lot of all I'll call like live wires, things within you that needed to be healed. So circumstances coming up, lessons coming up, things just coming up, things falling away, a lot of emotional processing seemed to happen in January. And so I almost want to treat tonight and the message I'm going to provide to you, the meditation that we're going to do, which is going to be great, and a practice of almost treating January as if you are reviewing the end of a year, kind of doing some of that work that you just did in December at the end of 2019, I think really applies for how you reflect about January. Make sure you're learning the lessons and integrating the lessons that did come up so that you're not repeating them, that you're leaving them in the past where they belong, so that you can take advantage of this new opportunity and new energy, new doors opening that I believe are really presenting for so many of us. So let me talk a little bit about that. So whenever you have any kind of situation or any time of intense learning in your life, what you always want to try to do is really receive clarity. You know, once you've done the emotional work, once you've cried, once you've been angry, once you've kind of done the emotional aspect that always comes with healing, it's also really important that you really get clarity on what that lesson was. What was that about? What was my part? What did I have to learn? And then really like integrate that into your being. Because this is the thing, the universe will keep presenting the same lesson with different faces until you learn the lesson. So isn't it good to like just really learn the lesson? And there was so much stuff that came up in January. I really recommend you take time today, this week, you know, whatever timing best serves you, and really reflect upon the last month. Learn what needs to be learned and really integrate it in each aspect of your core, each aspect of your being. Really like integrate it into your soul. Don't leave any stone unturned. Really deeply and on a profound level, intend to understand what was that about, or what were all of that about? Because I mean, there was multiple stuff going on, right? So I'm going to give you a 3-step practice, and let me just explain a little bit how I'm thinking about this, and then we're also going to actually do a shorter version of the practice and the meditation tonight, so you don't want to miss that. So the way that I think about integrating any lesson is that you integrate it in what I'll call the divine mind, the divine heart, and the divine will. So the mind, that you have understanding, the heart, you really integrate it into the kind of feeling, the soul aspect of you, like the emotional aspect of you. And then the divine will, which is a kind of below your power center, that you really like integrate it into like your roots, into like the present moment, into this life, into this experience you're having. And that it actually, the integration of it informs, you know, your next steps, your next actions moving forward. You know, this is kind of how you step away from repeating it, is that you've really integrated it into your present life circumstance. That's the way to think about it. And so the way I recommend doing this practice, you can do it over any time length. I would recommend doing it within a week. You can do it within a setting too, if that feels right. Trust your own inner guidance. but to really do a practice that aligns to each center. So let's start with the divine mind. With the divine mind, what I'd really recommend doing is an automatic writing exercise. So getting yourself in a quiet space, sitting down, and with this, you want to just put one question at the top of the page. It can be like, what was January about? If there's something really specific that you already know you're ready to dig into, you can write, what do I most need to learn from this occurrence? But any kind of question at the top, you know, about the situation, a thought-provoking question of what was this spiritual lesson? What was that about? What was I meant to learn from that? What do I need to best understand for my own evolution and growth, right? And then from there, almost just visualize like a body of water coming in your mind, wiping out all thought, and just almost even see yourself dropping into your heart center. And then you want to free write from there. You want to just let whatever comes onto the page come onto the page. It might just be words that don't make sense at first. It might just be free-flowing narrative. It might be a picture. Whatever it is, like, don't think, just write with the intention to have full clarity and understanding of what you were meant to learn from what occurred in January, okay? You do this, I promise you, you'll then have answers on that page. You'll then have answers on that page, okay? Then the next practice that I recommend to get further clarity and then starting to integrate it into like your being aspect into your soul, the divine heart, is to then take that automatic writing, and maybe it's the next day, maybe it's 2 days later, maybe it's right after if that's what your guidance is calling you to do. Read aloud whatever you wrote, you know, if it's a picture, describe it. Read it aloud, and then again, set the intention, I wish to more deeply understand this lesson and integrate it into the feeling aspect of my being. And then kind of toss it away, leave it away, and then just sit there. You can even have the drawing or the automatic writing right in front of you and sit and meditate with that intention and that like understanding of deeper understanding, but also to integrate it into the feelingness of your soul for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever feels right. I'd suggest at least 10. Okay. And then the third step, and again, timing, you know, a couple days later, you might be doing this all in one day. Trust your inner guidance on timing, is to then go and get in nature and walk with this. Now, at this point, you're going to have had some revelations. You're going to have had some understandings about this. More might be revealed during the walk, but the purpose of the walk is to really then feel that you're taking these lessons and almost like integrating it down your whole body, like into the earth, into your roots. And so this can be done via what I'll call a mindfulness walk. You don't need to know what that is or that terminology. What I suggest is get anywhere in nature, a trail, whatever it is. It might just be around your neighborhood. If you live in a city, it might just be around the city. It's okay, you know, and really just feel yourself in your body. Feel your feet walking. Be present. Notice every single sight, smell, noise. Just be completely present. And imagine that you're taking all this energy from these lessons with the intention of I'm anchoring this lesson here and now into my present reality. And just feel as if with every step that you're integrating the lesson. You're integrating the lesson and feel it like shock waves going out of the bottom of your feet, down all these roots being created into the earth. You're integrating it in the here and now, and you're leaving it here and now as you walk. And go and walk for a half hour, whatever feels right to you. Okay, so that's it. Again, it was such a big month. If you relate to the fact that it was a big month, take time to really gain the clarity, learn every little thing and integrate it into your being so that you can move on from all these new doors that are opening. I feel it. I really feel it. Okay, so now we're going to do a meditation that also is a way to help you integrate that incredible, I say incredible, it might have been painful, it was for me, but still incredible month. Like how often is it that we have a whole year, 7 years for me, felt like, of learning in a month, right? So let's have gratitude for it. Okay, so go ahead and find a quiet space where you can do this meditation, somewhere you won't be disturbed. Again, if you're new to meditating with me, the kind of meditations I do, you don't need to be in any special pose. You just need to be comfortable and have quiet. Okay, so you can even lay down. So go ahead and find that space, and then join me now in closing your eyes. And together, let's do 3 deep breaths together. Breathe in and release. Breathe in and release. And again, breathe in. Let it go. And just start to get your body comfortable, make any adjustments. If you're sitting, I do recommend you have your feet flat on the floor. If you're laying down, that's fine too. And just start to let your body unwind, unwind, unwind. Drop down into your heart as a wave of water rinses your mind, quieting it, freeing you from any thought. We're going to gently and beautifully connect to the light, the truth of who you really are. As you imagine and start to visualize a beautiful white light shining, glowing in the center of the earth, shining and glowing in the center of the earth. And this light starts to travel up through all the layers of the earth. And it slowly begins to enter in through the bottom of your feet. And as it does, it clears, rinses, releases anything not in alignment with your highest good and truth. Coming up through your calves, into your knees, your thighs, your hips, your pelvis, your lower back, your stomach, your spinal column, all your organs, your digestive center, your stomach, up into your heart and chest, your shoulders, your arms, your fingers, your throat, your chin, your face, your head, coming up and flooding your mind with brilliant, beautiful light. As the light travels up and out of the top of your head, traveling up, up, up above the stars, the sky, where it meets a beautiful, beautiful golden ball of light, a huge sun. And again, imagine this light now pours down like liquid gold, flowing into the top of your head, your mind, your face, your ears, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your chest and back, your stomach and organs, your hips, your thighs, your knees, your calves. And the light goes back out to the center of the earth, and it gently comes back up, landing in the center of your heart. And now it pours out, streams out, covering you 360 degrees. And now you expand it to cover the room you're in, the home or building you're in, the city, the country, and the entire globe. Feel how infinite you truly are, expansive, beautiful. And now we're just going to gently open and activate each of these three beautiful centers of integration. Imagine first in the center of your mind, there's a golden diamond of light. And just give it permission to glow and expand bigger to being the size of a tennis ball, the size of a volleyball. And now imagine it expanding all around the top of your head. And then in the center of your heart, imagine there's a rose gold diamond light in the center of your heart. And again, expand it to be the size of a baseball, a volleyball. Now push it out to cover your entire chest, all the way outside and around you, rose gold, fiery light. And now imagine in your abdomen, just in the middle of your stomach, if you know chakras below your power chakra, that there's a sky blue diamond fiery light. And now expand it to be the size of a baseball, the size of a volleyball, and now the size of a sun almost shining around you, covering all your lower body. And just with these few centers really glowing brightly and beautifully. Just going to first ask the question and notice what pops up. What was I meant to learn from this last month that felt like a year? You might have a word pop up or a situation arise. Just notice what you're feeling, what you're observing. As I ask again, what was the purpose of anything that happened to me? I prefer for me in the month of January. And just notice what arises, what pops up. And then final question, what was the lesson? What's the primary life lesson that I'm meant to take away from this past month? Notice what pops up. And then what action is necessary for me to take to integrate this lesson more completely into my life? And again, just notice anything that arises. And now I want you to imagine that Think of the month of January as an energy, and it's just like kind of floating in front of you. You might kind of see different things that happened, maybe good things, quote unquote, bad things, whatever it is. Just see this whole month almost in front of you like a visual. Now we're just going to ask that every single emotional healing, life lesson, that this full integration of this lesson and everything that you're meant to take away from this be integrated fully and completely into every aspect of your being now. And so just imagine this visual in front of you, just starting to enter into your divine mind. You might feel a swirling in the top of your head, in the middle of your head, as it integrates there. And then feel it starting to travel down your throat and into your heart as your heart begins to swirl and integrate everything that's for your highest light and good from this profoundly beautiful month that you just experienced. Receiving and integrating everything at the most finite levels of your being. Learning what you needed to learn, releasing what you're meant to release, and truly leaving this month in the past, stepping into the new opportunities that are right around the corner for you. As you then feel this light, this experience travel down from your heart and into your divine will center in the middle of your stomach area. And again, feeling a swirling and integration. Feeling a swirling and integration. And now imagine these three centers just swirling and integrating, doing their thing, kind of spinning around. And on the count of three, you're going to feel the swirling stop and this light then expand into every aspect of your body, into every cell at once, completing the integration. So on the count of three, 1, 2, 3, and just feel this solidifying into every aspect of your soul. You might imagine it like in every cell of your body. And just take in these affirmations. I am here to grow and evolve. Every single thing happens for me, and I am choosing it. I'm choosing my moment-to-moment reality so that I might grow and learn. I'm doing that every day, and I'm doing that right now, and I own this. I own that I am the creator of my reality, and so it is. And now we'll just take some grounding breaths to anchor this in. Breathe in and release. Breathe in again and release. And just wiggle your fingers, your toes. You can open your eyes and join me when you're ready. Welcome back. And you can repeat that as many times as you like. I hope the practice really serves you as well that I went through. And I just hope you have a beautiful week. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know. Bye-bye for now.